So hi, good morning friends. So this is Suresh. So in the previous class we discussed about the simple JDBC. How we can use the simple JDBC. So how we observe like this is our simple SQL query to insert the values into student table. So how we are going to use, so like we have a method called save student. So inside the save students what we use, so like JDBC template. So based on the JDBC template we have a method called update. So the update method, how many parameters are is going to take? So it's going to take two parameters. One is an SQL query. So one more is an object. Why it is taking an object? So because we need to insert the values. So because we are not providing the values in a SQL query. So where we can get the values? So based on our student object. So when we are calling the save student method, so we are trying to add an like student object to the save student parameter. So this is nothing known as a parameter. We can call it as we are adding a student object to the parameter. So now what we are doing? So based on the new object, so we are converting in a student ID and student name, student address. So where we are storing this information into the object array, object array. So when we update is called using the JDBC template is going to use the object array where like object array inside the object array. So what are the values we set it into the object array? So those values set to the, so these values like SQL query and insert into the, so what is directly the student table. So this is nothing but in like save the student object and to get the student object. So how we use the load student object like student ID, name, address. From we are giving a student ID. So based on the student ID, so we are going to get a particular object. So how we are getting? So because we are having a three parameters query. So it's nothing but it's taking in a load SQL. So one SQL parameter and we are passing in a object array, like how many elements we are passing to the particular query. And what is going to do the new row mapper? So is new row mapper is going to convert like it's going to get the object as a row mapper. So the row mapper objects are go. So the row mapper objects are available. So when the SQL query is executed. So once we available, like once we get to the row mapper value, so we can convert it into the particular student object using the mapro method, right? Mapro method. So this is nothing but getting an object. Right. So these are the two steps available. Like we use the simple JDBC. So now, so what we are doing? So today we are using the named parameters JDBC template. So the yesterday we used class simple JDBC template. So how we can use the named parameters JDBC template, right? So for this understanding, so now what we are using? So So nothing but, so there is no the configuration file. So first we need to change the one line of configuration file. If we are using the simple JDBC to like named parameter JDBC. So where we use this the Spring related configuration file. So here we are using so org Spring framework JDBC core JDBC template. So now we are moving into the named parameter JDBC template. So what we need to change? So we have a after core one more package name called named param named param dot named named parameter. So this is nothing but named parameter JDBC template we are using. So this is the fully qualified name we can call it as, because this class having the package name. So up to what is the package name? So up to org2. So this is the package name we can call it as org Spring Framework JDBC core named param. So the named parameter JDBC template is available inside this package, this package, and remaining everything is same. So because we need to use the Oracle driver and localhost test, right? So this is a data source reference. So it's nothing but we are using remaining as it is. So now what we need to do? So come to the JDBC DOMPL. So here we need to change the named parameter JDBC template. So instead of using the JDBC template, so we are moving into the named. So named parameter JDBC template we need to use. So where it is? Here it is. Named parameter JDBC template. So if you see the fully like class package name, so if we observe, see string org string framework JDBC core named param. So after that we have a class name called JDBC named parameter JDBC template, right? So now we need to use named template. Named template I'm using. So named template I'm using. So once we use the named template, like it's nothing but named parameter JDBC template. So we need to use some setter method. So we need to use some setter method called public void set named para named parameter JDBC template. So it's nothing but so the setter injection method is taking a named parameter JDBC template as an object. So now once we take so we need to ask this dot named template is equals to named template. So like we can set the setter injection, right? So once we set the setter injection, now what we can do? So we can use the named parameters. So reference to the handle the sum of queries, right? So what I'm doing? So the previous JDBC example I'm commenting. So now we have a time to execute the named parameter. So same I'm using the example. Same I'm using the example call. So student save student. So after that we need to use some SQL query, right? So what is our SQL query? So I'm writing call string. So string I'm simply I'm defining SQL, right? So inserting to student, inserting to student. So what type of parameters we are having? So like ID, comma, name, comma, address. So these are the parameters values. So here, So what I'm using values, so I am not providing the question marks related information. So now what we are doing, so we are passing the property, so we are directly passing a property as a question mark. So how we can pass, so see, so for first time ID it become null because IDs are generated like based on our requirement. IDs are is going to increase, IDs are going to increase. So we cannot identify what is an ID as of now because so DB, the database is going to make ID so randomly. ID is going to provide the randomly. It's nothing but is going to increase the one value. Like we have a value called so 1 2 3 4 5. So next time ID is 1 2 3 4 5 or 1 2 3 4 6. Like the ID is going to increase. So once ID is provided, what is the name? So here I am providing name like so comma and address. So this is the way we can provide the so named parameter JdbC SQL, right? So instead of providing the question mark, so what we are doing, so we are adding the property names as a values. So directly we can append to the values or we can assign the values directly from the student object, directly from the student object. So now we we provided the same like SQL and we configure the named parameter information inside the Spring configuration file. So now what we need to do? So we need to insert the values into the DB. What the query we need to write? So first before writing the query, so we need to write one map. So why we need to write map? So map is equals to new hash map. So map, no hash map I'm creating. So now what we can do, map dot put, map dot put. So here what we need to put, so we have so we need to add these values into map. So what is the value here? So name because so we provided the property as a name. So same property we need to use here. So here after that, so what we need to do? So student dot get name, student dot get name, right? So after that, map dot put. So here address student dot get address. So like we can set the properties. So our understanding ID also, so we are going to provide. Uh, so for simple our application, so we are only giving the ID. So now same ID we can add to the object. So we can add to the map. So student dot get ID. So this is the way we can add the values. See, as of now, I did not do anything because simply we created a map and we are trying to insert the values into the map, right? So key I'm providing as a our property names as a keys. And what is the value? So what the value we are getting from the student object, I am storing into the map as a value. So now now it's the time to like use the methods are available inside the NamedParameter JdbC template, right? NamedTemplate update. So here see, if you see, so it's taking the string SQL and map. So string SQL and taking a parameter as a map. And after that, we have other information, string SQL parameter source, string SQL parameter source key, right? So it's taking the 3 parameters, whereas it's taking 2 parameters. Here it's taking 4 parameters like into key column name and generated key holder, some different updates we have. So for our basic example, I am taking the first one. So what is here? Update SQL, and after that, so here the pattern map is nothing but map, right? So once we added the parameters information, so we need to update the SQL query. So this is the nothing but NamedParameter SQL query. So so this is the way we can use the named parameters. Like named parameter is nothing but so directly we are interacting with our property names, right? So this is the simple example of named parameters. now, so now as I said, we have a simple JDBC, right? This is the last one. So when we started our basic example like JDBC template class, so we have a 3 templates. So JDBC template and named parameters JDBC template and simple JDBC template. So now we completed 2 parts and we are moving into the third part called so simple JDBC. So for discuss like before discussing the simple JDBC, we have some feature called in Java 5. So the some people introduced the one feature name called var_arg. So var_arg is nothing but so based on our object is going to convert to because uh, so in the previous class so we observed the var_arg property. So where we use let me open update. So I think this one. So this is the var_arg method we can call it. Var_arg is nothing but it's having the 3 dots. So 3 dots. So we can pass how many parameters. So if you want to pass, we can pass. So this is going to converted into the var_arg method. So So this concept is also available in Java. So the Java 5 version onwards, this feature is available. So the simple JDBC concept is introduced based on the Java 5 var_arg properties, right? So now, so how we are using the same feature, right? So so as I said, before using so we need to do some configuration. We need to do some configuration. So now, like before configuration, first we will know. So what is the purpose of the Spring, like simple JDBC is going to work. So we will see that the so like so the update method, the simple JDBC where so the simple JDBC we have a method JDBC template dot update. So now what we did here, so we passed an object array, right? We passed an object array. So so now what we are doing here, so we are now See, so the before like the simple JDBC we passed an object array so that so each element is going to added into the particular object array, right? After that, so the one by one the object array is going to added into the values, right? So now so we are not going to add this object array. So directly so we are passing these values into the parameter which we have a update, right? So this is nothing but so internally is going to convert it into the particular type of object and it's going to add it into the SQL query. After that is going to insert into the DB. So this is the feature of all so the Java 5 var and so now we are using the simple JDBC. So before using the simple JDBC, so we need to import the simple JDBC. So provide so simple JDBC template. So here it is available. Simple template I'm calling. So simple template. So what is showing? Uh, so the simple. Okay. So so string 3.5 onwards, it is the deprecated. It is removed from the string 3.5. So it's not like we cannot like if you are discussing the string is so from the Spring 4 onwards, we are not using the simple JDBC template. So for our understanding, we will use so for one program. So because from this Spring 4 we are not using, and most of the cases we are not going to use in real-time applications also. Now, so like public void save student, right? So here I'm passing student student. So so we need to use simple template dot update, right? So if you see, so it's taking the one is the map, one more is an object, is nothing but where are concept, right? So it is the, and one more update is taking SQL parameters is the different. Now what we are doing, so we are using the second one called object org. So SQL here the object org what we are doing, so directly I'm passing call student dot get address and student dot get id student dot get name. So like we can pass the values into the update. So because the spring the update method is deprecated, that's the reason. So we are getting an one line of right. So this is the way we can use the update method. See, so this is simple, but because one line only the entire logic is completed. But from the Spring 4 onwards, the simple JDBC is not available. So this is the way we can use the simple JDBC. And if you are using like if you are getting in values, so now so how we can use it? So we save the values and we are trying to get the values from the DB. So now so uh, student and get values. So get values. So now what we need to do? So we need to pass ID. We need to pass ID. So based on the ID, so we need to get the values from the DB. So like we can get the entire object by passing an ID, right? So now, so how we can get the values using the simple JDBC. So simple template dot, so query we need to use. So inside the query, what type of query we need to use? So parameterized row mapper we need to use. Parameterized row mapper we need to use. This is the mm, so I'm using the here. So it's taking the parameter as row mapper. So because so internally the parameters row mapper only getting the values. So those values we need to convert it into the our particular object. What is the object here? Student, right? So now we need to use the new parameterized parameterized row mapper, right? So we need to implement the some of the so key nothing but so what is the T here? Student. T is a nothing but type of an object. So now here also we need to change it to student. Student. So same like result set and to int number. So because by loading an object is going to fetch an object based on the index numbers, row numbers, right? So each object is added into the so based on the row number, the object is going to converted, like is going to taken care over the result set. So now what we are doing here, so I'm trying to create an object. I'm trying to create an object. So what type of object I'm trying to create? So I'm trying to create an object of student. Student 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 new is equals to because so whatever the object you are getting, so we need to store a student object and we can return the student object. So still we are getting one error. What is the error? Here it is getting an aux. So here what we need to pass? Here we need to pass an ID because so what type of parameters we are passing? We are passing an ID, right? So this is the way we can use. So so we created a student object, right? We created student object and now what we are doing here, so we need to get an object. So how we can get an object? Like student dot set address rs dot rs is nothing but result set get string of we can specify the column index. So one, right? Same like student dot set id rs dot get int because IDs are coming as an int. So second column and the last one student dot set name rs dot get string. Right? We can specify the column. Now we can return the student right? So this is the way we can use the simple JDBC. So if you observe for getting the values, all are equal only. Like if you see, so some related here we are using the row mapper, right? So these are the parameters we are passing, and internally we are using row mapper. So map row, right? Map row method. So if you see here also it's using the parameter, but method name is as same. What is the method name? Map row. But here the interface is the different parameterized row mapper. So because if you are using the simple JDBC, so we need to use parameterized row mapper, and not only parameter row mapper. So we have three different type of the query methods are available in student templates based on our requirement. So we can use any one of the query method. So, but this is the way we can get the values, right? Now, so tomorrow, so we are going to discuss one important concept called so using the DAO support. So as of now, we are using the JDBC template, but so how we can use, like how we can interact with the database using the DAO support classes, DAO support classes, right? So how we can use the DAO support classes. So it's very important. After that, once we use the DAO support, so we are moving into the Hibernate. So we are how we can use the ORM tool of Hibernate, right? So so these are the very important concepts. So tomorrow we are going to discuss them.